I would wake up to a few of my fingers numb, either one or the other side. My name is Vic Jacinto. I started coming to see Dr. Nguyen a few months ago, was the initial consultation. 2007 or so, I think I started working from home remotely. And so I've been working from home for 14, 15 years now, a long time. And a majority of time in front of a computer, a laptop, a docking station with monitors, and or just a laptop. And I have a fairly good ergonomic setup. I work in retail, but I work for a corporate office, so I'm either at home working at a desk, and if I'm not traveling, visiting stores or meetings, I might be at a desk at one of our stores, so a lot of desk work. So in the last several years, I noticed that my neck was constantly stiff. I knew my posture wasn't great, so I did some work to make sure I had a good ergonomic setup with my computer, keyboard at the right height, monitor at the right height, better chairs. But I was still finding that I would get sometimes problems with the mouse. So I was using an ergonomic mouse, and then I didn't really realize it's obviously affecting my neck and my back and my posture. A year and a half ago, maybe longer, I would wake up to a few of my fingers numb, either one or the other side. I would just wake up and move around a bit, and then I discovered, okay, so that's happening. So clearly I'm pinching, something's pinched, right? Not just the way I'm sleeping. And I would figure out ways to make that stop, right? I would just shake my head and it would go away. And then I realized, man, my bed's this is probably a terrible mattress. It's been, 8 years, and let's replace the mattress. And we did, and it helped a lot, but the numbness would still occur. And so I thought, okay, something's definitely wrong. And that's really what was a red flag. Something's not right, for that to happen. And I would just wake up and I could feel, either one or both sides, fingers tingling. So I knew something was, going wrong. And I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders, but not realizing until after seeing the MRI here with Dr. Nguyen and explaining exactly what's going on with the neck and how that affects the nerves in my fingers. And almost immediately after treatment, it's not completely gone, but it is minimal. Like I don't even know if I remember. Wasn't last night. Maybe 2-3 times a week, I'll be conscious of, there's a little bit of tingling, but it's certainly not as severe as it was. So that to me is the first physiological sign that what's being done here in treatment is actually working on my body, not just the fact that it's easier for me to turn, or during treatments, it's not as awkward for me to look up in the corner, or for Dr. Nguyen to point out, hey, you can't really bend your neck back to perpendicular, and you should be able to. But even just seeing all of that little progress has been amazing. But yeah, the numbness definitely was not good. After sitting down with Dr. Nguyen and explaining and going to get an MRI and seeing the extent of arthritis and just the state of my neck, I realized, okay, it's a lot worse than I realized. And then coming up with a treatment plan, and Dr. Nguyen really explaining, I think in good detail, that's what I really appreciated the most, is the explanation of everything, and the explanation that there's a responsibility for me to do some work outside as well, and change habits and do stretches. But I can say immediately, even the first consultation and having that first spinal decompression, I could immediately tell that my motion was easier. And I think I even told Dr. Nguyen, backing up in the car, instead of turning my entire body, I could actually just turn my neck, and it was easier. And then, that didn't hold very long. But now, as treatments have been consistent for weeks now, it's much better. I referred a friend of mine here, and his question was, well, are you feeling a difference right away? And the answer for me is yes, absolutely. It's a massive difference. And so, I do the exercises, I do my stretches, probably not as diligently as I should, but it's still really good, and it keeps reminding me of, you know, how I need to sit, or if I'm waiting in the lobby and I'm looking at my phone and Dr. Nguyen's like, no, you know, keep the phone up. So I think for me it's more just been a holistic change, not just coming in, and it's not just an adjustment. It's not like that. And the adjustments, by the way, are not your typical, you know, really maneuvered adjustments, which I appreciate. They're actually really comfortable and easier, and actually much more comfortable than a normal chiropractic adjustment. Paired with the decompression and the stretches and the supplements, I mean, I feel amazing. I'm really excited to complete the bulk of the treatment, the concentrated amount of treatments, and at some point, you know, hopefully I get the another MRI to see what, you know, what kind of progress has there been. And I don't expect miraculous results, because I think my situation is pretty unique, just like everyone else's, but I expect to see some probably pretty good progress, and I'll be happy with that. So.